Good morning, it's Monday again. Bit of a later start today, I had to wait for some parcels. But anyway, we've got some bits turn up, some of which are a surprise. These are on my doorstep this morning. A Land Rover plaque and a bell. I've got one of these on my front door at home and one of these on the back door at home. But now I've got some at the workshop. So that was interesting. All right, next bits. The mirror arm has arrived, so we can get that swapped over and get that fitted to the hinges. The engine cover, nuts, bolts and, bolts and washers have arrived, so we can get the cover on the engine. Obviously with the TDCI bonnet, it should now clear. Also, I contacted the manufacturer of the sliding door locks I've got, the secondary, and asked if they could send me out a new template, because obviously I used the template when I fitted them originally, and if I'm going to fit the new doors, I'll need a new template. So they sent me one. I drew around it and photocopied it in case I need it again in the future. So that was that. What else have we got? Land Rover door looms. Now obviously they're aftermarket, but they're essentially exactly the same. And as we need to cut them up, I'm not too worried about going genuine. So I've got the two looms for this, so I can get these plugged in and get these ready to fit on the car. Now I'm guessing this loom a tad. I had run it all along the inside, but it's so close to the mechanism, I'm guessing it doesn't. And another thing that makes me think is there's a hole there, and this has got conduit on, which has like a cable cover to go through the hole and fits on. And then the same here, there's a conduit cover here. So I'm guessing that one goes through there and then clips to the back, because I had it clipped at the front and it was really tight. So I'm guessing that's why that's there, to stop it rubbing on that. And then you've got this bit that goes up to the plug on the motor, and then you've got this rubber bung that sits in the cutout there, ready to go into the car. So I'm going with this route. I'd rather, if it is supposed to be on the inside, then it's far too close to the mechanism for my liking. So yeah, I just tried the door card over the top and it's fine. So we're going to go with that. It seems to point that's the right way anyway. Right, other door now. Right, so I got the cover on with the new bolts, bushes and washers. So I just had to do a little bit of trimming just to, fit it around bits that I've added, like the cable run to the second alternator and stuff. So I had to cut the back corner out just to allow the wires to come through. And down this side where I've got wires, I've just had to trim that slightly down there. So yeah, but that's on. So that's another thing ticked off. Not much to show you today, to be honest. I've spent most of the day sound deadening inside the seat box. So taking the seats out, as you can see, take the lid off and sound deadening 2 layers in both sides. I remembered that I forgot to do it when I put it in, so I went back and done that today. Just while I'm waiting for Mikey to come and help me put the doors on, I'm just potting around doing odds and sods. So yeah, that's now all sound deadened. And I'm still yet to sort out my cubby box riser. It's obviously just made of wood at the minute, but it needs covering, but I haven't got any carpet. So until now, that'll do. Another thing I did today, I got a price from Snap-on for a speed drawer, as they call it, with different adjustable shell, slats, so you can have different size drawers. Yeah, £650 to have one of those. So I bought this lot off Amazon for 20 quid. Perfect, does everything I need it to do. Right, so today so far I have masked up the area ready for the vents to be sealed in, and also put the double-sided vent seal tape in the recess. So I haven't taped up the vents yet because obviously the paint's fairly new, so I don't want to tape it up and leave it for a few days. So I'll mask them just before we stick them on. So that's done. Also I have painted the filler neck Now, if you remember, that was all bare aluminium. At the minute, the blue is still wet, so I'm hoping once it dries, it'll blend in a bit more, and obviously done the inside black. So it just takes the eye off it, whereas that was bright silver and aluminium, so it's a lot better. Once it's dirty again, you won't even notice it, I don't think, so that's fine. I don't think we've done anything else so far. No, I don't think so. Right, I've got to go and collect a customer's car now, because it's got an MOT in the morning, but I'm going to go and get it now, so it's ready. The Smart's on the ramp now. I have had to order some number plates because they're slightly illegal, so they'll be here shortly, and then hopefully it will go through. Right, so that is the Smart car passed. Advisories on 4 tyres and a brake pipe, but he said it's just covered in underseal and stuff. He said just keep an eye on it, so we'll obviously get that in during the summer and have a look. Make sure it's done before it goes in for test next year, and the customer said they're going to sort some tyres as well, so that's that. So for today, I think that's about it, because although I could get that down and do some bits and pieces on it, I want to get the Land Rover out the way first and then bring that down and move it over here to work on it, to do the interior and start doing the engine pits. And obviously I've got to have the front end welded, so it's kind of stagnant at the moment until that's kind of done, because I can't really go too much further putting the rad and stuff in until that's sorted. So right, I'll come back tomorrow when hopefully we'll have a bit of progress on the Defender. Heater box is out. Realised with the checker plate in the way, you couldn't actually get to the screws that hold the trumpet in, so I had to drill out some extra holes to get the screws out, so that's done. So now the heater box is out, we're going to modify it to for the recirc button on the aircon to shut the valve, or sorry, shut the flap that goes inside, so we can completely cut that out. So that's what's happening at the moment. And here's the testing phase. The solenoid is on the side of the heater box, and then we've made up this scenario, so we're just testing to make sure we've got enough movement, because when this actuates, it spins 360 degrees, it doesn't go back and forth, so this needs to be exact to be able to move this the right distance. The heater box has now been modified. The old Defender resistor has come out, and the new, or the disco one, has gone in, so that now clips in and screws down. All needs a lick of paint. That also needs a lick of paint, the old bracket from the original thing. And we've also got the recirc motor. It now closes and opens the flap through the bulkhead. So we now have a Disco 2 controlled Defender heat box. Right, so just a demonstration of it working. Recirc is off. And then we're fully open. And then back again, and then you can see how it works. It goes round in a full circle. So if we press it again, all the way round. There you go. Job jobbed. Okay, I'm hoping you can hear me over the heater. Yesterday we had a good day on this. So as you saw, we got the flaps, the second solenoid working for the big flap that shuts off air to the cabin. Granted, we will only need that in the summer, but still. So that's all working, that's all back in. Just got to sort of clip the wires back together, so that's done. The vents are now sealed in. I know I taped round them because I thought we were going to fill the gap with silicone, but Mikey said the way he could do it, we wouldn't have to do it, so it still look original. So they're on and hopefully sealed. They were compressed overnight. I've come back today and they are solid, so hopefully that's all good. Obviously in the event we do get any water ingress, we are going to have to seal around them, but for now we'll leave them. The doors are on. Obviously don't take too much notice of the colour at the minute, because obviously the truck is completely dirty and old paint. Hopefully when they're all dirty it'll all work out, but we have doors, and you can hear, I don't know if you can over the heater, but they're so much more solid than the other ones. Oh, that sound deadening, and probably the quality of them is so much better. So yeah, so they're on. We've got The electric window's working, we've got the central locking working. I've just got to sort out the wires. The only issue is, I don't know if you can see in there, the white clips that hold the glass. The ones that I got with the doors didn't have any kind of like gripping attachment, no rubber insert or anything to hold the glass. So we googled it and we couldn't find any part number for anything that goes in there, and everyone we could find on the internet didn't have any kind of grip in there. But as soon as you lowered the window would stay and that would just drop out the way. So on the other side, so here's the door on the other side, obviously. So on this side, we have put in a rubber sleeve, and that grips it really well. Hopefully it will last, and it won't keep coming out. So it might be something we might have to revisit, but I'm yet to put the rubber in that side, because I've come back up today because we finished yesterday and I had to get away quick, so I didn't get a chance to tidy up. So I've come back to tidy up, and I was going to do that this afternoon, but I've left my keys at home, so I can't operate the windows. So yeah, so that grips it and they go up and down fine, no problem. Central locking all works. I've just got to sort this wiring out and put it away. The other issue we did have was my wiring that goes down the pillar was door side of the pillar instead of windscreen side, and the door was hitting it and it was bowing the door a little bit. It just wasn't shutting very well, so I've undone it at the minute. I've got to turn the P-clips around and put them on so the wire is screen side, and then that's fine. But yeah, we've got doors, so I'm very, very happy with that. We didn't have time to put the bonnet on, but he is due here today, this afternoon, to help me lift that on. So I've come up here on the hope that he does turn up to give me a hand. So I just wanted to tidy up today, put the tools away and get everything sort of ready for the Christmas break. Ideally, I'd like to get the bonnet on and take this home, so it's not here over the Christmas period for security reasons, etc. So hopefully, as long as he turns up with the bonnet, then we'll get it on, and that'll be that. So hopefully I'll be able to show you the truck with the bonnet on before the end of this video. If not, it'll have to be next week or after Christmas. And so I suppose it's time to do a little catch up. Hopefully you can hear me over that heater, because it is very, very cold. Oh, I'll get the lady pictures out. So the P38's gone. I sold it on eBay. Unfortunately, it's sold, but I had some stuff going on and I couldn't let it go there and then, so I had to unfortunately pull out the sale. So I apologise if the buyer's watching this, but someone else in the meantime did say, I understand it's for sale, if you're going to sell it, let me know. So that has just gone. So the P38 is sold. He's taken it on the understanding that it needs work doing, so fingers crossed he'll have that back on the road and all good. The Mariva, the Mariva sold. Someone in our village needed a little car just temporarily because their car is in the dealer for warranty claims, I think, and they can't get it fixed over Christmas and can't give them a courtesy car. I think that's how it went. I think that was the story. So anyway, they needed a temporary car, so they've taken that, so that's gone. Obviously the trailer's gone, various other bits and pieces have gone, so that's where we are at the end of the year. Now, next year, or January, hopefully the Defender will all be ready and back on the road with no problems. So we need to fix and get the ZR done. Need to get that front end sorted out, get it all back on the road, hopefully get it painted and get it sold, as long as I don't fall in love with it. Next jobs are going to be getting that green Defender back in, because now his engine is sold as well. Actually, his engine went, so it means there's money in the pot to buy the bits that I need to that. So I want to crack on with that in January and hopefully get that out the door January. Then we've also got the MG Midget. We took the engine out of that Midget probably 4 or 5 years ago. All it needed was a clutch, really, so it's probably going to need a bit more now. So really I want to get the MG Midget in, get the clutch on, get the engine back in, and try and get that on the road for the summer. And the next project is going to be the Range Rover Classic. the one on the TD5 rolling chassis. So that's going to be our next proper project. Once obviously the ZR is out of the way, the Range Rover is going to be a big project. It's got to be stripped down, all the body panels come off, the front end's got to be welded up or technically replaced because it's slightly twisted, and I want to get that on the road, and yeah, have that as a nice daily. The Jag is doing absolutely fantastic. The wife's Jag, I've just been today to have the injectors coded since the ECU was replaced, and that's now a lot nicer. It was horrendously vibration on idle, now it's fine. Little bit of there, but I think there always was. I think I'm just expecting it to be as pucker as the XJ, and I don't think it ever was, so I think it's back to how it was. So fingers crossed, that'll do us some good. So yeah, so I think that's it. So yeah, again, massive thank you to all the people who've watched, all the comments, all the likes. It's really appreciated. Feel free to comment, feel free to do whatever. Doesn't bother me. I just like to hear that people are watching along. Really, it's not all a waste of vein. I mean, many thanks for 3,000 subscribers. We're you know, a few hundred over that now, so I really appreciate it. I don't know why people want to watch boring old me in here, but hey, you know, I watch some stuff and my wife thinks, why the hell are you watching that? But it's all part of fun and in supporting people. So yeah, thanks very much. I really appreciate it. As I say, comment, whatever, even saying hello, whatever. Just, it's nice to hear from you. So yeah, so I think that's it from here for this year. Gonna have a week off with the family and come back in next year, and yeah, get on with some of them projects. Obviously this is in between my other jobs that I do that I don't film, but yeah, just it's more about what's going on in here. So yeah, have a fantastic Christmas, have an amazing New Year, all the best to everyone who watches. Thank you again. I know I've said it several times now, but like, subscribe and share. Have a great Christmas, and I'll see you in the new year. Thanks guys.